This episode of The Young Turks is brought to you by GoDaddy.com. If you go to theyoungturks.com/GoDaddy, you get the best promo codes in the world.
Quick story on Michele Bachmann. She was up in New Hampshire. She thinks she's running for president. And maybe she's right. Who knows? Maybe she can rally the crazy base better than anybody else can, especially in a place like Iowa where it's a caucus. She's got more of a chance, if you ask me, than some of those losers like Tim Pawlenty, who the people inside Washington think are a real contender. But nobody outside of Washington knows Pawlenty. Who the hell is Tim Pawlenty, and what the hell did he accomplish? Look, let me ask you a simple question on Pawlenty. And a lot of you that follow the show know a million times more about politics than people who obviously don't follow politics on a regular basis. So let me ask you, our educated audience, conservative or liberal or moderate, what has Tim Pawlenty done? No one knows. I've asked this question to everybody in media, in politics. Now, of course, he was the governor of Minnesota. Everybody knows that. But what did he do? What did he do? What's his accomplishment? What's he known for? Like Mitch Daniels, governor of Indiana, he's known for being a budget guru. Now, that's comical and absurd. He was the budget chief under George W. Bush when they turned giant surpluses into giant deficits. He's the worst possible person you could hire on the budget, but at least he's known for something, right? Pawlenty not known for anything. So, will Bachmann stand a chance against people like Pawlenty? Absolutely. My guess is she would crush Pawlenty. Like, if Pawlenty is giving a speech, this is the reaction usually. If Bachmann's giving a speech, oh, the crazies are in love. They're like, so she's in New Hampshire, and you're doing her usual craziness, and she says, you're the state where the shot was heard around the world, Lexington and Concord. That's a great point, except for the fact that they're not. Lexington and Concord are in Massachusetts, not New Hampshire. She mentioned that twice during the speech. She's a walking facepalm. I mean, you just listen to her and you're constantly like this. But that's not all. In the rest of the speech, she says, you've done it very well for almost 20 generations here. Keeping the baton of liberty is what she's referring to. For almost 20 generations from the time of the Pilgrims landed at Plymouth Rock. And I'm sure the very first one came up to Hampshire and said, this is where I want to be. Except that was also in Massachusetts. I mean, come on, man. You're going to run for president. You're going to give an important speech in New Hampshire, the first state, primary state. And no one even fact-checked your speech about where Lexington and Concord are? Where the people who landed on Plymouth Rock were? Nobody fact-checked that? You didn't care? And you just said that in New Hampshire? I mean, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. And you know, the thing is, however wrong she is and however crazy she is, people just keep eating it up more and more. Because then you have people like me saying, well, that doesn't make any sense. And they go, aha! If people like Cenk Uygur hate her, she must be awesome. Remember, she said about the Founding Fathers just a little while ago that they were trying to eradicate slavery. Well, they had a funny way of showing it, since a lot of them owned slaves. And she followed up by saying, but no, wait a minute, John Quincy Adams fought against slavery the whole time. That's true, except John Quincy Adams is not one of the Founding Fathers. His father, John Adams, was one of the Founding Fathers. I mean, just the tiniest bit of research. In fact, you don't even have to do research. You know this. We know where Lexington and Concord are. We know the Founding Fathers had slaves. She doesn't know anything. And there's not a single person on her staff that knows anything. Because they see the speech and go, oh, Lexington, Concord in New Hampshire. Fantastic. Go for it, Representative Bachmann. This is what stands for leadership in the Republican Party.
Cenk, if you want to buy a domain name, you want to know the best website to go to?
I already know it. GoDaddy.com.
First of all, they have 24/7 customer service.
If you want to download GoDaddy's free iPhone, Android, or BlackBerry app, boom, on your phone instantly. And if you go to theyoungturks.com/GoDaddy, you get all of our promo codes, like TYT1 gets you 10% off of all your orders.
TYT3 gets you a .com domain for only $7.99.
You can't beat that.